microphone in my hands.
Ladies and gentlemen, and whatever, alright, I'm gonna do a Cons 8-4, something I'm sure that you have all seen before. Alright, so in this pack, there's a dragon and pretty much nothing else, but I'm gonna bring up this little preview so that you guys can see it a little better. I guess the little cat uncommon is pretty good, but I'll just take this thing and not worry about anything else in this pack. I mean, yeah, this is a pretty good pack overall, but I'm just gonna take the rare. When in doubt, just take the rare always. Ooh, tribal dragon. I really, that guy is really good though. The creature that comes in, everyone's got a sack creature. It's really good when you have like a stalled board state or something of that caliber. So it's come down to whether or not I want to go tribal dragons or take the good warrior, which is a legitimate archetype. I don't think tribal dragons gets good after Fate Reforged, because I don't think there are any dragons in the set. Alright, so while I've become relatively fond of the Ape Ambusher, there's a dragon, there's, a giant delve dude, there's the guy with dash. I really don't like him, but there's also a land. And if you already see the colors that I'm going in, I'm already 3 colors, 2 picks in, so just snap up the lands, because the power level of Cons is higher than Fate Reforged. So there's a couple good white creatures, but then there's like a 3 mana removal spell, and also the best red common in the set, probably the best card you could pick up, which is the Dash dude. But I'm going to take the 3 mana removal because, removal that's less than 5 mana is kind of hard to come by. So here there's, not much. I mean, there's a dude, when he dies, he manifests. I hate manifest. I think it's a terrible fucking ability. It's just, maybe if you're scrying, it's good, but this guy's really good. I like him a lot. I like versatility. This little, scout dude, kind of like an elf, but, he also works with the whole, if you get into Cons, the whole token theme. So here there's a Hunt the Week, which is nice. I'm not sure if that's late for Hunt the Week. Hunt the Week is a weird card, right? Because it is good. It's removal, but it could also be disrupted fairly easily with a bounce spell. So it's like, how good is it? Is it like first 3 picks, first 6 picks? Alright, so there's a really good assassin. I like him a lot. I think he's really good. But I have an opportunity to take some lands that, that lifelinker sucks. If you got the opportunity to take lands, there's a very low chance. Like, what most people are doing is taking lands in this pack, in the next pack. So you won't get them then, unless you get lucky. I'm going to take the Manifest card. I'm kind of going with a whole token thing here, hoping I get some Outlast. I do like that card, though. The search a library for a land and bolster. See, there's another Hunt a Week, which, and a Teamer Battle Cry, or whatever the hell it's called. And, the rest of the stuff is all garbage. I mean, there's a dude. I've never liked that guy. And that's shiny. I do like shiny, but I'll take the playable card, why not? It's what all the cool kids do, I'm just trying to fit in. I mean, this is a pretty easy pick. There are a few pesky enchantments. Here, there's really nothing. That's a useful sideboard card. in last couple of picks, I'm expecting like fogs and 1/1 flying warriors that, unless you're Kenji, aka Numatanami, you don't take those ever and play them. They're just not very good. So here I'm hoping for Outlast, removal, and to lower my curve from 4. Also, a Soren would be pretty sweet. Maybe some creatures with flying. I don't know. So, what sucks is that there's a perfect land for me, but there's also maybe the best, maybe the second best removal card in the set and Utter End. I mean, the land would be great, but Utter End is Utter End. So, alright, so here you've got a 4/5 Wood Raid. It was really good, but I want to lower my curve. And when I evaluate two really good cards next to each other, I go, can this card kill this card? And if it can, I'll take that will make my decision much, much easier. Alright, there's one of the Outlast guys I was talking about. And there's also a Fetal Resistance. Fetal Resistance is the most underrated card. Ooh, Mardu Charm is another card I really like. But then again, if I'm getting all these counters, I might as well, get Death Touch too. So I'm just going to grab the Death Touch guy. Mardu Charm is also really good because you can use its +1/+1 counter ability to give a random dude like Reach or whatever. It's a nice ability. And the cards that I want to cut first, I usually put in the back so I don't forget. It just makes life much easier for me. So let's see. Now, if you guys haven't noticed, my sponsor's been flashing on the screen on the bottom. So here, I really like this card, 2 mana, and if you get the 0/4, you can get a turn 2 4/4. There's also kind of like the Overrun card and the Delve Flyer. So I think I really need to lower my curve, and this guy once again fits in with my counters theme. Alright, so this is a deck that, wow, that's a really late Abomination. Yeah, this is a deck that wants removal to deal with flyers because Junk has a real big issue with flyers. That's a late soldier, dude. I'll take him. No, but my sponsor will be scrolling down the bottom of the screen because, people who play Magic can't do it without sponsors. So there's an Alpine Grizzly and there's a Woolly whatever. It's a 6/7 dude and a really nice 2/5. But I already have a ton of 4-drops. And in theory, morphs are 3-drops, but that's really a person's way of trying to tell themselves they're lowering their curve when they're actually not. So, alright. I like the, it's kind of scary that there's active treason running around, but 4/4 for 6 mana that really isn't 6 mana is pretty good. Alright, that's pretty good. Now, like I said, these junk decks do have a problem with flyers. So, oh, there's another guy. Okay. That's good because it's technically another 3-drop-ish, kinda, not really. The rest of this stuff is just, bulk. Take all your bulk and sell it to dealers, get your couple of ticks. That's all fine. Alright, here I really need to lower my curve. Like, that's important. Lowering curve and getting, some lands maybe. Or, Soren again, be nice. Or a Wingmate Rock, I'm not asking a ton here. So, I'm looking at my colors now. Okay. This card is nuts. If I'm going with the whole counters theme, not only is this ascendancy, it's just busted. Like, there's no other way of saying it. It makes all your dudes bigger. It makes them really hard to kill. And then when they die, they become flyers. I like this card a lot. So I'm always going to take it, even though there was a bear punch. I do like to see my breakdown though by color. So there I have that. I have a ton of 4-drops, which is a little dangerous in this format where you can go up against, you know, I've gone up against mono red decks that run only 1 and 2s. Alright, here, that card is beautiful. So there's a Falconer. It's a 3-drop, which is fantastic, because not only is Outlast 4-drops or 2-drops or whatever, but it's also mana intensive in that they're mana sinks. You got to put money into making them, not money, you got to put time into making them bigger. But they all have really useful abilities. And Hunt the Weak, is an enabler. I'm not sure about the archers yet. They are a 2/5, and the magic number on power usually is about 3. Okay, so there's another Outlast dude. That artifact, by the way, up there has won me a lot of matches on stream, but I'm going to take the guy that gives everyone lifelink. In this deck, I feel like late game, lifelink is extremely important. It ruins combat math and all the other fun, enjoyable stuff. I think I don't want to play the dash guy. And sideboard-wise, I would probably want to play the archer over it, because technically it's a, quote, 3-drop, but not really. So I got removal. I got good creatures. I got a fairly good mid-rangey deck. So here, oh god, 3 cards that I want all in the same pack. I could either take a 4/4 that puts counters on 2 dudes, a 3-mana guy that gives trample, which I think is also really good, or a 2-mana that gives first strike, which is also really good. But I also have the Death Touch guy. Death Touch and trample is good, but Death Touch and first strike, when you have guys that are smaller than theirs, because a lot of my guys aren't going to be huge, I only have 2 guys with base power of more than 3. So I'm just, yeah. But taking the guy with trample is good. Only because he's a 3-drop. He's a warrior. Hopefully I get a first strike guy. Because, it's a good 2-drop. There you go. So there's the first strike guy. I get rewarded. Hopefully for taking the correct pick. And that's really nice. Now, I can use this time for mana fixing, which would be really nice. Picking up a land would be fantastic. That's also another thing that scares me about Manifest, is that when you do need those lands, oh, there you go. That's exactly. Okay, now while drawing, looking at the top 4, putting 2 into your graveyard and losing 2 is really good. Getting the land that you need really late in the 3rd pack is just, that's a gift. Ooh, my favorite creature in this set is the 4/4 lifelink morph. It could be, it's turn 5 essentially. I really like that card. And in this deck with Hunt the Weak, it could be a 5/5 first strike, flying, lifelink, trampler. So I'm not going to argue. Um, as you can see, I'm doing a lot of pausing because it looks like someone may have disconnected. So now there's a really nice. Do I take the guy with reach or do I take the little falcon? But then I look at my cards and I don't have a ton of white, so flipping him might be really difficult. So I think I just take another guy with reach, which is, yeah, this guy's a little overrated in that his outlast cost is expensive, and he's 4 mana for a 3/3 when there's a lot of 4 power guys running around. And I'm just not sure how I feel about that guy, but okay, this is interesting. There's an instant that gives guys 1/1 counters, but I'll put that in the sideboard for now. I'm not 100% sure. You know, this is going to be a off-the-top style deck. I'm going to take the discard spell because there's a lot of decks out there that, you know, like the red, white, and blue decks that just get murdered by the discard spell. Not to mention it enables my 1 delve creature. But I feel like I have good enough creatures overall that if I'm to like lose 1 or 2, ooh, that artifact came back. I do love that card, but yeah, I'm just gonna take that. But you know, it's just it's one of those things where I'll be honest, I'll just take it and not feel bad about it. If I, you know, with the discard spell where you lose 2 cards, the power level of my creatures is so high that, you know, I'm not really worried if I lose them. And I do have about 3 to 4. I have 1 very good removal spell and about 2 to 3 really borderline removal spells. So I'm really hoping that the removal in this deck will eventually be my creatures, and then you can see my finishers. And who doesn't need another Naturalize to add to their 9,000 Naturalize collection? And a Swamp. Yay. So, yeah, that's what I got so far. I think I have to make some cuts. Alright, so I like my mana. My mana seems really good, especially since white is the color I have the least of. So having the white tap lands is very nice. You know, 'cause it's a base black-green deck, splashing white, kind of. So I want my black and green to come into play untapped, and I want my white mana to come into play tapped. I mean, that's fine. So like the kill shot is good. The hunt a week, I might be able to cut one. I don't know. I could cut one of the archers for the 2/5. Then I feel like I'm getting a little bit too defensive. Nah, I think this is fine though. I could run this. Just, you know, I wish in real life when you're drafting this, you had a click button and you know, like how many lands of each do you have to put in. Looking at this though, I have more white than I thought I would have. So my black is actually the least color that. Either way, it's heavy green, which is nice. I do like green. So I like this deck. I have good feelings about it. And let's see how it runs in this 8-man. Well, that's my mana base. I don't run 18 lands. You shouldn't either. Feeling pretty good about this, not gonna lie. It's a good deck. I'll see you guys in a minute.